Hello, everybody. Just enjoying my soda while I'm on a break here. Hope you guys are doing good. All righty. Let's see. We got a big three people here. All right. Joe and Cindy. Where the heck is Larry? Larry's not here yet. Boy, I hope he's doing all right. There we go. Make that big screen there. Joe, Cindy, Joe, Cindy. Oh, it was about that here today, Joe. 82, sunny all day, not a cloud in the sky. It was amazing. Cindy's got better weather, mid-70s. I like that. And very low humidity, probably like us. That's a silly question. Only since 3 a.m. There's Kevin. I forgot about you DPing that much. Yep, Kevin's at home. Joe got a good bit done today. Christina James is slithering in the house right there. CJ, how are you doing? Your premiere is up. Got your other 7 pens done this middle, late morning, early afternoon kind of thing. I think Kevin needs to shave. What do you think? He's looking a little rough. Let's see. Hey, Denise 909, how you doing? Hope the gun shop is safe and very wealthy today. Let's see. Denise, Joe, Cindy, Joe. Oh, we got 3 people again. This is good. We'll wait a few minutes. I'm early. Where's Larry at? Anybody hear from Larry? Hope he's doing all right. The cool thing is we're going to have extra lives tomorrow. We're probably going to go live at 9 in the morning. I think it's already scheduled, 9 a.m. Central Time. Hey, there's Larry. Man, Larry, we're starting to worry about you. You weren't here 3 hours ago. Anyway, Carrie's packing for the cruise. We all threw clothes at her. Ordered me and Kevin some shoes to be delivered to the hotel down there in Florida. We're literally scooting in on our rear end and running out on the ship real fast. Not like last time we had lots of fun time with Denise and her aunt and running around southern Florida and all that kind of stuff. A lot tighter this time, I'll tell you. Let's see. Hey, Trude, hope you're doing well. But anyway, I'm early, so we'll just wait a few minutes because I want to show you some new ebonite that I'm going to have on the way. I'm so thirsty. Woo! Been a fun day in the shop. Pretty productive, I think. Getting back on the bicycle here. Then we're going to be gone for a week. Well, not really a week. We won't be back. We come back Friday, but we get in late. So I think we won't be live Friday night, but we will be live on Saturday again. Let's see. Oh, what's going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Been a long day. Feels like a Saturday, doesn't it? For me, it didn't work today. I just came in the shop, worked in the shop. I didn't work for my day job work. Let's pop over to the desk here. Mainly, I'm going to sit down here. We'll do some pens tonight for sure. We'll do lots of pens tomorrow. It'll be fun, they said. It'll be fun. Let's see. Let me come over here. Nobody's on the screen. Let me get the desk in focus here. Oh, we really don't need the desk, though. I'm over here, though. But let's see. Let's go to, let me get the WhatsApp app up. Let's go down here to right here. Let me go up a little bit, and then we'll cycle through some of these really cool photos. There's the first one. So let me share that screen now. So this is more ebonite that we've got coming in. WhatsApp, here we go. And if I can roll in on that. We got a couple coming each of these. This one looks, I've never seen one this light with all of the black in it. So it's orange and cream. Looks like a creamsicle. This one looks like strawberry and beige. This one looks like yellow and beige again. Sort of instead of orange and beige, you got the yellow and beige. So I thought that was pretty cool looking. Then there's some solids. Ooh, look at that. Just straight up solid. That will shine like glass. I am telling you. Woo! That is going to be something else. Let's see. Let me zoom out of that. Go to the next one. These are pretty cool looking. There we go. Don't have all of these coming, but we got a bunch of them. Look at this pink one. I don't know how he did this pink with this gray. That is just too cool. And the patterns in here are so awesome. I can't wait to see exactly how they're going to turn out. And here's 3 here. Sort of a brown and cream or something. It's not red. It's sort of brown and cream. I'm not sure how they get that color either. And then brown and the lime green, I guess you'd call that. And then red and black over here with the pretty cool pattern in there. And of course, don't know why he sent a video. This one looks very wicked, doesn't it? Look at all that black with that striated red in there. Whoo, baby. That is too cool. Let's see. Back out of here. On to the next one. And then these here, those are the same ones I showed before. That's the same one I showed before. Yeah, you can see all the ones I have numbers on. Those are the ones we ordered. I know that pink one's going to be a hot one, so I got 2 rods of that. But anyway, about $400 worth of ebonite on the way, which is pretty exciting. All right, let's go over to the lathe. Oh, yeah, Larry, we're glad you're doing good. We were all worried about you for a second there. Gold in the black is cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree with that. There's some really cool designs in that. Pretty excited. Almost done with my sody. And then we can get to turning here. Let's see who Carrie's got slated up for number 1 here. And this would be a lady named Laura. This is a new customer where we're doing some pink paws. Let's see what we got on here. I'm just over here at the table while you guys are there by yourself, but I'll be over at the lathe in just a second. Let's see. This is going to be see attached paper for directions. Length 4 1/4. We are in Cindy and Joe range there. They'd be loving some of that. Okay. Let me get my measuring stick out. Carrie's around here somewhere. I think she's busy packing. Busy getting everything together. And she's doing well. She's just busy, busy, busy. We were interviewed today for that new diamond painting podcast called You Know the Drill. And where is my pen? That's what I'm looking for. And that will be probably when they get ready to go. They're probably going to be in May or June. Excuse me, June. They do it now, and it's and they get to it, plan it out, edit it up. It's actually like a real production schedule if you think about it. Okay, now I'm drilling the holes in this little blank. Oh, that is way too short. Let me put the sawed-off piece into there. There we go. All right, that one's good. Let's get to the other end. All right, that is drilled. Let me put some bushings in it. Four and a quarter. We're going to do round 0.52 to 0.55. I guess that's going to be in the middle somewhere, maybe one of each. And this is that one with the paws that go all the way around it, so that's pretty cool here. Let me get us up on my little pad screen here. There we go. All right. We'll move this in nice and tight. Tighten that up. And this is going to be, what ends do we got? Rounded ends, 0.52 to 0.55, and a mustache. All right, so let's do this first. All right, I can see the chat now. Got to lock that down a little better. Tailstock is moving. All right. We'll get some blower on here. Make sure I'm all caught up. Oh, Christina's here. Hello, Christina. Oh, that's right. She was here. Trudy, and then Larry, Joe. Excellent. Yeah, we just need more minutes in the day here, folks, I'll tell you. Got that dang tape flipping around there. There we go. Small crowd tonight. Must be a hot Friday date night or something. Which glass? I get the wrong glasses on. Be right back. Wonder why I'm having a hard time seeing focusing on the blank. Let's see. Excuse me, baby. Gotta get my other glasses. There we go. That's the close-up glasses there. And because this is a pretty short pen, I'm going to make the rounded part probably a little bit more truncated, so we got a little more room in the middle here to make it look sort of balanced. Now let's see what we're getting to here. 0.61. Getting all the way down to probably about 0.54, I think. I didn't take much off of there, 0.58. .56. We're almost there. All right, that should be about it. No, that's a 0.55 on the money. So we're just a little skinnier than that one right there. Those couple of molecules should have done it right there. Pretty quiet in the chat there. Everybody whipping and working, whipping and not chatting, whipping and watching, lurking. How's that term go? I forget. Or my screen isn't refreshing, one or the other. Oh, Cindy is whipping. Excellent. Whipping and listening. By the way, we did those trays for Cindy. Now that Cindy's listening here, and I know we didn't go dead. We did those trays, and I had no idea who we were doing them for. And it was Richard, and I didn't have any clue what RCMT stood for. I didn't put it together. And it was Real Men Craft 2, RMCT. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's Richard. So he unboxed those for Cindy. I think Cindy wrapped them like she was going to, or delivering gold to Fort Knox. So he had a fun time unwrapping those babies. But hey, they really look good on screen, Cindy. Thanks for the shout out. Thanks to Richard for the shout out. That was super fun. They really came out good. I like them. You know, when you're making it yourself, you see every little defect, things you want to do differently, et cetera, et cetera. But it still comes out to be a really nice product. I was pretty impressed. And Cindy, who is the other person he mentioned? I was beginning to think it was your cat, but I don't know your cat's name. But it seemed like it was from two people, and I know it wasn't your daughter's name. I'm like, I don't know who that other one is. I forget what it was now, but that was fun. Thinking about trying to DP while the live is on. You go, Joe. I need to pay attention. Oh, you can look up once in a while. That's what I do. Larry had to go to town, didn't do anything outside, didn't get to sleep until 4 a.m. and up at 10:30. Larry, that's not bad. 6.5 hours, pretty good. And Tim, I sent you a pic of the deer I cut up. Oh, we'll check it out here a bit. You just send it right now? Hey, there's Mia. Mia, what are you still doing up? My goodness, it's late there. Oh, Pebbles, your kitty. See, I knew it was something like that. That was funny. Pebbles. I was just telling them that Carrie and I were interviewed today for the That's the Drill, or You Know the Drill podcast. And that was Mia and Anthony from Simple and Placing. They got a cool little gig now. And Joe, if you want to throw a link in there, if you happen to have a link for the You Know the Drill podcast, people can go check that out. I think they got a couple under their belt already. 4 1/4, 2 1/8 is our center. That does not look like it's in the middle. Every single time I do that, it doesn't look like it's in the middle. 2 1/8. 2 1/8 on the money. I'm going to move it over just right to there. Like 128th of an inch. This is a very brand new blade. I turned this around, right? This side's all dull, and this side is like mega sharp. Almost uncontrollably sharp. I have to go so slow and gentle with it, or it will literally destroy a blank. All right, there we go. Ooh, that's scary using that little sharp one like that. 1 a.m. Oh, not too late. Yeah, Carrie's a night clubber herself. I'm an early to bed person. I'm usually in bed by 11 o'clock at night, 10:30 most nights. And Carrie's night clubbing all night long, diamond painting, watching diamond painting videos and all that fun stuff. There we go. Cute little handlebar. Little handlebar mustache. Blow her off. Let me get a less soiled diaper. Here we go. We'll get a nice dry diaper. I'm going to refold the towel. Towel gets crumpled after a while. It's like when you're going to the beach, and after you're on your towel for a while, it's all crumpled up. Same thing here with this thing. There we go. Just to absorb all the moisture, that's all. Whew, the beginning of the goodness. Right there. There it is, YouTube. You know the drill. Everybody should, Cindy, when you got a moment, if you haven't heard of that podcast, when you're up diamond painting and nobody's broadcasting yet, there's a couple of podcasts you could probably use. Check it out. That is not their podcast. Maybe it's the other one. Send Joe a link. We have them on something channels. Have them on their channels. Oh. So you got to go to Mia's Life with KFS or Single and Placing to see that podcast. Ooh, that's getting smooth. I didn't know what the link was. I know Carrie watched one once, but I don't remember what the link was. Well, it's Mia's Life with KFS on her channel there. And then Single and Placing. I think I set you up for failure, Joe. Sorry about that. Ooh, that's smooth. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Ann is in the house. Mia, you probably going live like on Sunday or something, aren't you? Isn't that your normal live time? I usually see her when I'm turning in the middle of the day. If I remember, she'll pop up in my feed. And she just gets on there and shoots the breeze. People are diamond painting with her, that kind of thing. There you go. Yeah, Sunday. And she's over in Denmark. So when she goes live, it's probably evening time for her. Because I usually see her early afternoon here Central. So that means that must be 6, 7 o'clock at night for her. And there are the doggy paws. Look at that. Isn't that cute? That is a real flipper there. 4.5, 4.25 inches long. Even I can flip that with my short little stubby. Noon Central, 7 p.m. her time. There you go. Yeah, I knew it was in the afternoon. All right, Laura's is done, Carrie. That's very nice. What's that, babe? And we have to go live tomorrow, but the things that we're going to finish late at night may not get packed and shipped because we leave on Sunday real early.
Because it's got that thing in there. I'll have to.
All right, let's see who's up next. Who? Nancy. Nancy is next. Nancy's got, oh, she's got one of those. Very nice. Little panda bears on this along the shore blank. She wants it to be 5 1/4 inches long, and it happens to be 5 1/2. So that means I need to cut a little sliver off of each end. Let me get rid of the diaper here. It is a pink diaper, so at least that's nice. Okay. Let's go find the center of this thing. This center thing is 3 7/8 long. That would give 1 1/2. 3 would be 1 1/2, and 7/8 divided by 2 is like 14/16. That would be 7/16. So 1 1/2 and then 7/16. So there's the middle there. We want to measure from the middle to be 5 1/4. And 5 1/4 would be 2. 2 1/8 to the middle. No, is that right? 5 1/4. No, 2 5/8. 2 5/8 to the center. So we're going to take a sliver off of that end and a sliver off of that end. Oh, that's 5 inches long. So that goes right to there. So that's 5 1/8 there. Must be 5 1/4. Oh, that thing's not exactly in the center. All right, we're just going to have to fudge this one a little bit. Take a little off that end there. Cute little design, though, I'll tell you. All right, let's get some. Oh, I got to drill it. Then we'll put some bushings in it. That's matched up nicely with the center of that thing. All right. Look how cute that is.
She's watching some kind of Artemis land or something.
What's that, Care?
She's watching that Artemis spaceship.
Who is?
Nancy.
Oh, very good. Yeah, they're going to land pretty soon.
Yeah, I said, well, Tony, I just let everybody know.
Yep. Hey, Will, how you doing, buddy? So if you notice, this thing is in the center here. Not exactly in the center, but close enough for government work. And the level of the blank is not all the way to the top. It's not like halfway. So we have to drill on the end to be just above that sliver of pink there, because those things are 3-dimensional and we don't want to dig into them. So we're just above that. Now we got to make this baby round. Here we go. Actually, let me draw the curtain back. That'll keep me from flipping that stuff all over the shop. Because the square things, boy, when you're making them round, man, that stuff goes everywhere. All right. Almost completely rounded. Pretty good. Pretty good. And we'll slow that down now. Bring it in tight. There we go. Excellent. Nice research job, Joe. Appreciate you. All right, now let's see what we're going to do to this beauty. This is going to be baseball bat 0.56. Artist choice. Not a whole lot of choice on these because of what's on the inside, but we will go and wing it. Let's get some baseball bat 0.56s here. Couldn't see what the heck I was doing. That stuff was getting so thick. Still looks a little fat, but let's give it a measure. Yeah, it's about 0.64. Way up there. .58. We're getting there. Let me make sure this was a 0.56. Right in the medium range. Now that should put us in the neighborhood on the money. Now let's make us a baseball bat here. Right. Down to the other end. .62, still too fat. .59. Not quite there. .57 or 8. Real close. Beautifully smooth. Hey, pampered with diamonds. Everybody should be pampered with diamonds, right? Oh, is that Nancy? Hey, Nancy. How'd that Artemis thing come out? Did it land? Which I'll watch the replay here in a little bit. I got a bunch of friends telling me they didn't really blast off and go up there. Like, oh, you think this is the moon landing all over again? My goodness, my goodness. These guys crack me up. Everything's a conspiracy. Now, what we do with along the shore blanks is we sort of semi-finish them for a second just to see what's on the inside to sort of tell us where to make our cute little indents. So we'll get a little bit of pre-finish here just to see what's on the inside. That's exactly what I thought. And even more than that, Nancy, is what about the ship that's out there retrieving them? And what about the people in mission control talking to them out there? And I mean, it's like, come on, guys, give it up, would you? Give it up. They're so funny. I think they believe in Bigfoot too. 29 minutes to splashdown. Ooh, that's exciting. All right, let's do one more paper just to make it super clear for us to see in here. Sort of funny, we finish it this time a little bit, and then we finish it completely later after we know what we're doing. But I got to be able to see on the inside of these blanks to know where I can make a few dimples and not screw anything up. All right, here we go. So we got one little panda here. Got one little panda here and one little panda in the middle. He looks like he's got a sign or something on him. So we don't want to cut into those three there and get near them. There's a couple of flowers right here that we're probably going to hit. We're almost there now. We hit whatever that flower is there. You can see just the edge of that polymer clay flower there. And I think we hit something right there with that pink one. That one right there. Can't really help it because they're sort of near the edge. Cute little blanks, though, I'll tell you. So I think what we'll do, let's go find the middle so we can at least make this a little bit symmetrical. Let me get all the water off there because that sort of screws up my marker. Little Sharpies don't really like the wet. All right, let's find the middle of this baby. 5 1/4 on the money gives us 2 1/8. Let's spin this a little bit here. $2 5/8. I'm sorry, not 2 1/8. Still don't want to write on there. Too smooth already. And let's see, we can cut into our little pandas or around our pandas. So that one's right in the middle. Good job along the shore blanks. We'll just do this one here. I think that'll clear over there too. And that happens to be almost, it's like about 9/16 there. Right there. Right there. Those are our digs. Right there and right there. We'll just ease ourselves. So what this does, because it's clear, it's like glass. And when you make an indentation in the glass, it refracts the light and makes it look real cool. All right, here we go. Blower on, or sucker, I should say. That's a little too high. Let me bring it down just a hair. There we go. Slow that down just a hair. Going just about that far. All we don't want to do a lot of shaping. We want to do a little bit of light refraction. We can ask our astronaut friends all about light refraction. They're pretty smart people. They probably know. Let's slow it back down here. Oh, I just dropped my caliper on the ground. And the thing about these particular refraction angles is you really want to have a sharp angle to really get the light to bend. If you make it too much like a football, then the light doesn't bend very nice. So we'll keep these edges sharp. There we go. Guess who's not going to bed just yet? Oh, Splashdown, you bet. You go, Mia. Watch him come in. Your first ordered pen. Oh, very exciting. I knew it was a new name to me. We're very excited for you. Your first of your, I call this number 1 of 45. If you're like everybody else. Just kidding, not really 45, but some do have that many. Feels good. Adam Welch. Hey, Adam. Thanks, algorithm. Please explain this. You needed something very interesting to watch, Adam. That's what it was all about. And here we are, buddy. So this is me making a diamond painting pen on a lathe. I also make ink pens, fountain pens, soon to be batons for conductors. You know, that little white thing with the little round ball on the bottom? We're going to be doing some of that here when we get back from the cruise. So, yeah, you were just lucky, I guess, for the algorithm today. Ask more questions if you like what the heck is a diamond painting pen? It's for used in this very cool hobby called diamond painting, where you put little acrylic or resin squares or circles on a pattern on a piece of adhesive canvas. Makes a beautiful piece of artwork. And this is one of the pens they use to pick those little things up. Or you were looking for Friday Night Fun, and that was the name of the title, right? Friday Night's All Right for Turning. Yeah, Joe, you may be getting close. You may be getting close, especially when we get you addicted to fountain pens. I can feel those little polymer clay intrusions there, so feels like it's rough, but it's working really well. And right now we're finishing this particular diamond painting pen. We've already turned one for the night. In tomorrow morning's live, you'll see me do very exciting things like cutting up little bits of sandpaper to use like I'm using right now. I'm pretty much almost out of my second sandpaper, so we'll probably run out tonight. I'll need to cut a little bit up tomorrow. Yeah, I get stuff in my YouTube feed too, and I go, what the heck is that for? And gander in. Sometimes I'm interested, and sometimes I'm not. Yeah, feeling good. Oh, I don't think we'll ever understand the algorithm. There are data scientists paid $500,000 a year. I know, I work with a few of them in my company, and they just live on a different world. In the beginning, the algorithm was pretty easy, but now it's just complex. Because, you know, YouTube gets paid for views, and the whole idea is they want you to see as much stuff as you can. Some of it applicable, and some of it like, how the heck did I get here? But essentially, Adam, what we're doing is we take a resin blank, a block, usually about 1 by 1 by 6 inches long or 5 1/4 inches long, and we shape it into something that somebody would like to hold in their hand and look at while they're diamond painting. So colors and figures and inserts, and you'll see this one's here's got a couple of panda bears and some flowers and stuff like that. And they're just fun to look at while you're diamond painting, rather than just the typical straw-looking diamond painting pen that comes with the kit for free. or you're a leather worker and was looking for something about leather. And of course, the name of our company is Leopard Leather Works, because I also do leather work, just not very much right now because pens capitalize my time. But once I retire from one of my 3 jobs, then I will do more of the pen and leather making. I won't work less, I'll just redistribute my time. Well, there's plenty of diamond painters in the UK. In fact, Mia here on Mia's Life, Diamond Painting Life with KFS, she's in Denmark. We have a number of users. There's a fellow from Devon that stops in here to say hi. His name is Sandy. There, so what we got now, I'm going to go buff this one up a little bit. We're going to look at it underneath the microscope just to show you what the light does through the bends. I won't do the whole thing because Kevin will do a great job. I'll just do it so we can see the pandas. Right now I'm just over at my buffing station, which is another lathe that I've turned into a buffing station. All right, that'll be enough for us to check it out. Let's see. Let's shift over to the camera, the Leopard scope. So this is what we were turning. There's what's on the inside. You can see how 3-dimensional that is, and you've got those little, so you can see what the buffing does. That's what it looks like when I'm done, and there's what it looks like when the buffing is done. So that's what Kevin does to the pen. He turns those light scratches into a very nice, clean looking thing. And there's the back of it. It looks like a pink strawberry, doesn't it? Got all that junk on there. And you can see why I cut in there. And then when you go like this, you can see the light refracting. And you'll see that when you're diamond painting because you're looking at it at an angle. And this says, "Welcome spring." See how that moves a little bit when you're going back and forth? Isn't that cool? And there's a little panda bear down there. I guess that's the girl. She got a pink ribbon. That's a pink ribbon panda or tulip. And that's a pink ribbon. Yep, I guess these are all panda girls. And there's a little bit of, see that little thing floating in there? That is just something that's part of the blank. It's just floating in that, floating inside there, inside the resin. And you can see where we cut through that little flower right there. You know, you can't help that. That one I think we just missed. I don't see us cutting into that one. Those we just missed. And see that in the middle there? I got to go see that little line right there. I've got to, that is the cut line. And I'm going to resand that out because I don't want that there at the finished pen. Absolutely, Adam. It is definitely a niche market. There's probably worldwide maybe 250,000 diamond painters. That's evident based upon sales and all the things that are out there to do the diamond painting. Let me move back over to the lathe. But somebody else made this blank. I didn't make this blank, and it was sent in. Yeah, we're going to make it just a little bit better, beautiful. Well, that is the wrong one right there. I need the 16 megapixel camera. There we go. And see, you would never see that line in here, but I can't even see it with the naked eye. But I see it right there. If you look really, really hard, you'll see it right there. So we're just going to get this 80 grit out here and just get rid of that little line there. We're just going to refinish this little section right here. Yeah, it's actually a pretty growing hobby now, Adam. There are, like I said, probably 250,000 diamond painters in the world. And so it definitely is a niche in that sense of the imagination there. And it's growing. It is solidly growing. It started in about 2010, 2011 from China. Really exploded worldwide. Small explosion during COVID, and has just grown ever since because it's a very fun activity. It's like paint by numbers meets bedazzled meets counted cross stitch. It's a really good mix across the spectrum there of doing things. There's lots of accessories, and like anything in the world, just like the fountain pen world, it's a niche world, but it's a wonderful world to be in. People take it seriously. They develop a lot of cool stuff for it. Super fun. Splash down in 10 minutes. Love it. I wonder if I broadcast the splashdown from another YouTube channel, if I would get banned or limited or whatever that thing is. I do make some blanks, Adam, but this particular blank came from another blank maker whose niche is these cute little interiors. And on this particular blank, you can't do a lot of the carvings that I would normally do on a pen that might be just swirly resin or all single color or something like that. Absolutely. Decorate your home with beautiful artwork. Absolutely, Adam. It's good. Yeah. Art influences art, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, I only started this little business 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago. And it is, we're done with this one now. We're not going to go look at it again, but when Kevin buffs that up, it'll be all nice and shiny. But I've made over 4,500 pens, over 4,600 pens, I think, in the last little over 3 years. So it's been fun for me because I get to buy more tools and expand the offerings and have all that kind of fun. Okay, let me take these bushings out of this one and we'll be on to the next one. So whatever we get turned today will likely go out tomorrow. So Nancy's will go out and Laura's will go out. But anything we turn after probably 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow will not go out before we leave unless we take it with us and drop it off at a box in Florida or something like that. So, okay, let's get to the next one here. Who's next on the hit parade? It's somebody with, oh my goodness, look at this. Got cool stuff here. Got 3 blanks. And we've got, this is for April. Where's April? I haven't seen April tonight. Hope she's doing all right. Or did I miss her coming in? And one of these, now you want to see these, Adam. This is ebonite. This is pretty big in the diamond painting world and, in the fountain pen world. All right, let me get these drilled first. 5 1/4 medium. All right, that's the stitch blank. We'll do that one second. We're going to do since Adam's here, never seen this. Let's see. She wants vases. Very good. This is going to be the ebonite diamond painter. She's got 2 ebonites though. That's along the shore. This ebonite here. Oh, vases. Okay, so vases on both of them. Baseball bat, 0.56, sapphire blue. Oh, beautiful. All right, let me go drill the holes for the bushings. Oh, I love the smell of that ebonite. All right, now we'll do the sapphire blue ebonite. And Adam, I also do ink pens and fountain pens, and like I said, the conductor batons. We'll be doing some of that out of the ebonite as well. Okay, let me look at this one here. Oh, this is a stitch one. Boy, this is a rough blank. Had to put that in the sander just to clear the edges. All right, this one here. And this has got to be above the half. See if I can get that right in the middle. Beautiful. And it's not the middle of the blank, but it's the middle of the stitches. There's a couple little pink stitch heads in here. All right, same on this end here, a little bit above the center. Right in the center of the stitch. Right there. That one's a little more difficult to drill, but we got it. We got it. So we'll do the most popular ebonite we've sold so far is this green and black one. Really cool colors. Let me pop some. And I'll tell you, Adam, you're a pretty intuitive fellow talking about art like that. I like that. I like that. As I was getting into making fountain pens, there's an Oklahoma City fountain pen club. And there's a guy there named Jeff, and he's a really good sketch artist. I'll have to show you. He did a Taj Mahal, and I said, oh, I need a print of that. So I bought a print of his sketch of the Taj Mahal with a little bit of watercolor highlights. Oh, that's awesome, Pamper with Diamonds. That is awesome. Art doesn't live in a bubble. I agree. Do I use any of these pens? All the people that are watching right now use the pens. I do as well, but not as much as them because I'm busy making pens. My wife uses them. I don't diamond paint much. The most I do is when we're on a Disney cruise, and that's coming up next week. So this is ebonite here, Adam. And ebonite is rubber that's been vulcanized with about 45 to 50% sulfur. So it's just like the rubber in your tire cars, except it's a lot harder because of the sulfur. Now let me measure here because we're going to get a 0.56. That's about a 0.63 there. We're just glad you're here hanging out with us, Adam. I'd say this is a fairly ASMR kind of activity for a lot of people watching because right now most of them are diamond painting. And they just look up once in a while we're chatting about things to look at the finished pens and that kind of deal. Get a little bit of air here and get rid of that stuff. And I keep measuring because all of these are custom fit to their fingers. That's a 0.60 right there. We got a little bit more to go. 0.59. Guess I'm just a little chicken to take some off, aren't I? Can't add it back, so I'd rather measure a couple times and take it all off. By the way, where in the UK are you, Adam? I'm familiar with a little bit of it. Okay, there's 0.56 right there. Now we're going to do the baseball bat end. And we dome this a little bit over here so that it's not flat on the end and you can see around it a little bit when you're diamond painting. That's good. And we got Lawrence Aldridge, who's in the chat. He comes in and watches, been with us a year and a half or so. He's actually he does do some pens and stuff, but he does more scroll sawing work than anything else. He just found a fun community to hang out with. All right, we should be down about where we need to be. Yep, on the money right there. Now we'll go to the other end. .58. And see, this stuff is it's pretty rough. I mean, it's pretty strong. Little strips of rubber, essentially. I may have to collect some of that and cast it in a clear blank, see what it looks like. That might be pretty cool. There we go, on the money there. Eating a kebab. What is ebonite in old money? No, ebonite, E-B-O-N-I-T-E. E-B-O-N-I-T-E. And the kebab sounds good, by the way. But it is rubber, E-B-O-N-I-T-E. You can Google it, it'll tell you all about it, kind of deal. Cheltenham. I got to go Google that. Skittles is big here. Cool. Spent a bit of time in Scotland back in the day, back in the 80s when I was in the Navy. U.S. had their submarines up there at a place called Holy Loch, which is right next to Dunoon. And right now we're just rounding this perfectly. All right, and she wants vases on this one. Here's our center. Make that just a little bit bigger. And what we're going to do a turn here that pretty much looks like vases when we're done. 2 vases, butt to butt. And by the way, Adam, I'm in Oklahoma City. Most of the folks here are located around the country, from Arizona to Louisiana, Florida, Texas. And it's nice to make your acquaintance. If you got any questions, this crowd is the crowd to ask. So what this is supposed to look like, Adam, is a vase here and a vase there. All right, blower is off. We'll get the diaper in place and finish this baby up. You're not being rude. It is a bit of skill. That's right. Mainland Europe. That's right, Mia. International crowd here. And let me tell you, when I first turned my first pen, I would hate to show you that pen now because, boy, it was lacking any kind of skills that you might recognize. I have been turning for 3.25 years. February 1st or 2nd of 2023, I turned my very first pen. Hey, April. I didn't see you sneak in up there. Whew, that's feeling smooth. By the way, ebonite is one of the preferred materials to make bowling balls out of. Hey, we're just doing your first pen right here, April. This is one of your first ebonite pens. We'll probably get this one done, then we'll jump into the stitch pen, and we'll probably do your sapphire blue in the morning because we're going to go live tomorrow morning too. So I'll be live about 9 Central tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know how Larry found us. I think he saw me in another turning group, pen turning group or something somewhere, and wandered over. I don't know if it was Turner's Warehouse or what it was, Larry. I forget it so long ago. You have to forgive me for not remembering. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate that. And right now, I'm just getting out all the big, thick knife marks that are in the pen before we jump into the sandpaper. Yeah, Turner's Warehouse. Absolutely, Larry. Okay, and now I'm just feeling for where there might be area, like right, got a little finish area right there. All right, that is smooth now. Yep, all the way down. Okay. Hey, Larry, I filled those in with yellow. I got to finish sanding it. The hearts on that top. Probably be working on that when I get back. Maybe we can do a little bit tomorrow. Who knows? I think it's nice and cured now. And I'm essentially sanding rubber right now. And I guess got that nice little quiet rubber smell. I love that smell. I didn't know I liked that smell till I started turning these ebonites. Thank you, April. You know, I'm just loving these ebonites more and more. And we ordered more ebonites from that guy in India. So there'll be more on the way. And I'm going to start polishing pieces of those, putting them on Etsy for fountain pen makers as well. I might just become the ebonite importer to the U.S. Didn't start out that way, but boy, I can't not buy enough of this stuff. Feeling good. Yeah, Larry, I can't wait to fill that bass fishing one up with a really cool thing. Oh, yeah, that is true, Adam. Tariffs are out there. You know, what's funny is there's a term used in accounting called EBITDA, EBITDA, and generally it stands for earnings before income, depreciation, amortization, and tax, or EBITDA, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Earnings before income, EBITDA, you follow it out. Anyway, so I saw a meme this week that EBITDA now stands for earnings before Iran. Iran, what was the rest of it? Earnings before Iran something, and then Donald announcements. Tariffs. Yeah, EBITDA. Earnings before income, tariffs, and Donald announcements. I thought that was funny. Ooh, that's feeling good. Ooh, that's feeling good. Man, you can almost feel the shiny in that thing. And Jess, I can't wait for you to get this in your hand and use it. Not as sexy as those stitch blanks, which we'll do next. But man, this thing feels so good in the hand. It's just different. The warm rubber. I guess if you put it outside, it'd be really cold. Oh man, that thing is feeling smooth. Oh, I love it. All right, number 4 paper. You're right, Larry. You were here when we saw the beginning, right? Man, that I can't believe they got a pink one. I can't wait to see that in person. Pink ebonite. By the way, most of the ebonite, Adam, comes out of India, Thailand, and Japan. I didn't know Japan was a big ebonite market or rubber market, but apparently they import a lot from down in Malaysia and Indonesia and Thailand, and then make the products up there in Japan. Because Japan is not very tropical. It's quite temperate and beautiful. Yeah, I'm telling you. Those tariffs are crazy. It'll calm down one day. They just need to go back to that anything below $800 isn't tariffed or isn't taxed or whatever that was. I forget the name of the exemption, but they need to go back to that because that actually hurts small makers. And that's not really what they're after. Whew. That's getting pretty. And the hardest part to sand on these is right here at the top of the vase. So, Adam, can you see those vases? One here, one here. Larry says there's 4 vases because this sort of looks like a vase as well, although this is supposed to be the baseball bat end. But Larry's on the money. You could call it 4 vases. Hello, Tanis. How are you? Yeah, now we got Canada represented. Man, we are so international today. UK, Denmark, Canada. I don't know if anybody's here from Mexico, but hello if you are. All right, that one is done. Now, we do a finish on ebonite a little bit different than the other ones. First thing we're going to do is dry it because we want no moisture on this thing. Rubber does oxidize, which means, you know, the rubber may turn a little gray or gray or cloudy kind of thing. So to ward against that, we're going to polish it with wax, Carnauba wax. Today, like most days, we're using Meguiar's. I'm going to turn this way down to slow, and we're just going to wipe some on. And we just want to cover the whole pen so that it doesn't get that oxidization, especially down here in the cracks or down in the low valleys, if you will. And now we'll turn it up, create a little heat to get that to get into the rubber. Yeah, when the game breaks, don't matter which teams you support, that's the longest you spent on one turn. Yeah, these take a little bit longer to finish more than turn. Crazy, huh? All right, now we'll just let it dry. We'll try to get rid of all this heavy-duty stuff down there in the low valleys. There we go. Put our sponge back away in our can. Literally, this is just automotive Carnauba paste wax. Works like a champ. And what it does is it puts a nice coating on the rubber. So we'll take this away real quickly. And now we'll just shine it up. It's green and black. I mean, it's not a color matched camera, but it is a camera with a very high CIR, which is a color index rating. So it produces it pretty accurately for, you know, a camera as we're broadcasting it across the interwebs. There we go. That one is all polished up now. And you'll be able to see it a little bit better without the direct shine on it. Plus, we'll go over to the leopard scope, and you can check this baby out. All right, let's come over here to the scope. So there's what it really looks like. Now, when you're looking at 250X, you will notice little scratches in there. Those scratches are there by design so that it holds onto your fingers. You can't see those with the naked eye, but you can see them with 250X. Let me blow that off, get rid of the dust. So when you look here, you'll see that scratches in there that are designed because I want to be able to hold this pen and have it grip in your hand. Of course, got a little wax left in there. That'll get all polished out. Now, if I take it over to the buffer, watch what the buffer does to it. I'll just buffer half of it to the middle, and you'll see a difference. And this is just a super polished cloth polish. Okay, this end I just buffed. A little shinier. Of course, I got all the junk on it. And then here was not buffed yet. So you can still see a little bit of scratchiness. This is buffed. This is not buffed. And Kevin will buff the whole thing when I'm all done. The red behind, the punched green before quality. The red behind punched, the green before quality mate. Who said craftsmanship was dead? Nobody. I'm not sure I fully understand that statement. The red behind punched the green before. The red behind. But thank you, Adam. I take that as a compliment because I think it certainly meant that way. So there's one for Miss April, who finally tuned in. How'd that splashdown go, everybody? Did the astronauts make it back okay? Okay, I'm going to put this on here, then I'll change the camera back. Okay, this is another along the shore blank, and it is square. And we need to make it round. And if you notice, this one has a little bit of a dog leg to the upper side here, but that's okay because what I did, rather than drilling directly into the middle of that top, I drilled right over the head of that little stitch guy right there. Let me take that tape off and you'll be able to see it a little better. That way, this extra curve right here, and by the way, the curve is only right here. It's like a depression. And of course, this stuff here is all going to fly off when I start turning it. But right now, we'll just take this down and make it round. And if you notice, it's very tall, very thin. So the roundest this could be is the diameter of this thin part, not that part. So it'll be a thinner pin. All this stuff will come breaking off here and probably fly into my face. So I'll put my face shield on. Okay, here we go. 3,600 RPM. Blower is on. Everything's locked down. Oh, that's good. That's good. Your cloth was red. Really made the green pop. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, absolutely. And I take this a little bit slow because of the unevenness of the blank. And I don't want big chunks flying off at me. And you'd think through all that violent activity, this would be round. Still not round. Look at this big chunk there that's not round yet. Icicle. Here's some of the snow right there. Should almost be a frozen blank rather than a stitch blank, huh? Still not perfectly round there, but we're getting real close. All right, we'll call that there. Let's blow all these little chippies away. Half the time it looks like it snowed in here. All right, let's get in a little closer here. Come up a little bit. So we're still not perfectly round. You can see this on this side here, but I don't want to take it too much thinner, and I can play with this here in just a little bit. But now we're going to work on our ends. The first thing I want to do is square up the ends because they're not very square. That'll make it a little safer because that's like a razor blade flying around there right now. Okay, that's much better and a lot safer. Okay, let me slow this down now to about 2,000 RPM. That's about where we normally turn, 1900, 2000 kind of deal. All right, let's get going here. I got to tell you, April, that ebonite is something else. Okay, 5/6. That is your finger grip right there. I could feel this roughness through there. We'll deal with that in a second. Let's get on to this other end here. Do a quick measure, see where we're at. We're at 0.60. This one I think here is good. Yeah, that's, oh no, that's about 0.5. Yeah, that's about right. 5.6. Beautiful, nice smooth end. Oh, I got a little bit of a dimple right there. So we just keep doing that. Take off little molecules until it's just right. All right, let's slow this baby down now. I know we got a stitch there, got a heart, and a heart. And I think it's a stitch in the middle there too. It's stitch in the middle, heart, and a heart. So let's go see if they put that stitch right in the middle. Okay, this is 5 and a little over 1/4 long, so we'll call that the center right there. And that stitch is just a hair above center. So to make it asymmetrical, we can probably come to about, there's the bottom of the heart is right there. Top of the stitch is right there. Bottom of the stitch is right there, right on the half. And then the top of that heart is right there. So we want to stay in here somewhere. So we'll call that 5/8. We'll come down here. Now, if we go to 5/8 here, we're going to actually cut right through that heart. So we're going to have to cheat it back up to about 3/8. Let me make sure I got those marks correctly. So that'll be our mark there. And that'll be our mark there. It'll be a little off center, and that drives me crazy, but it's the best way to finish the blank and not take away from the cute little hearts in there. And, you know, generally it's so gorgeous you won't really notice. We drop this down just a hair. Oh, thank you, Denise. Good explanation. Excellent. When they something the Game of Thrones in space, it's going to be some funky sword handles. Yeah, we could do that, right? We could do that. Now you have to tell us, Adam, are they planning a Game of Thrones in space? That might be pretty awesome. We could discover the different factions on the moon, since we're all focused on the moon right now. Let me get this speed up here a little bit so I don't get that jump. All right, now we're going to slope out of this sexily here to get our needed width to get rid of that rough area. Ah, very nice. Even got that nice little rough spot out of there. Let's see how that's looking on that end. Okay, that came out. Got a little bit more to get rid of right there. We have to get rid of that because we'll never be able to sand it out. So I gotta cheat that little finger grip a little bit to make it look smooth and sexy. See how we're coming there. Beautiful. Oh no, yeah, a little bit more right there. Right now I'm gonna get out my double rake here and then all right, that should be pretty good there. Yep. Oh no, I got a little bit more right there. Doggone. All right, that should get what I'm looking for. Yeah, here we go. That little bit right there is what I need to get rid of. And it's just deep enough that it bothers me. All right, that is gone there. Now we'll go to the other end and play there. A little bit more right there. I think this is one of the blanks April was looking at and said, "Hey, Tim, could we turn this one?" And I said, "Yeah, we could definitely make a pen out of that." I think she might have got a good deal on it if I remember back right. I can't remember all the details, but you know. Almost. Getting rid of all this defect. Oh, that's good. Pretty nice there. Just takes a little longer, makes the pen look not as I'd originally intended, but it's got stitch in it, so it'll be an awesome pen. All right, now we got to get rid of this middle section here. I'm trying to think of something interesting to do. So right now I'm going to take it down so that squareness is gone. I'm taking just little tiny molecules. I'm sure it's bigger than a molecule, really, off of here to save as much of this in the middle as I can. Feels pretty good so far. Got a little bit more to get rid of right there. So we're not doing too bad. And I don't want to round the edges because I'm going to make like a little raised area here. Because we'll call this the stitch container. What was that thing I said the other day, April? The something engineered extraterrestrial something or other. And we'll make this a little bit prouder than it is right now, just to make it a little bit more prominent. All right, we might be there. Just a little tiny bit left right there. So we got a little bit more to do. Tiny bit more. Man, we are just about there. That was a lot deeper than I thought it was. I can feel it just a little bit right there. I'm trying to cheat the whole thing, playing with it visually. All right, that might be it right there, getting rid of that defect. Beautiful, it is gone. Now I'm going to dig this down just a little bit more because I want this middle scroll, we're going to call it the scroll section, be a little more prominent. There we go, that's good on that side. All right, that's pretty interesting. Trying to make that one look like that one a little bit. All right, that's pretty good. We will stop right there. We'll turn this down to sanding speed, warp factor 2. Let's see. Let me get this. This is one of my second from along the shore, and it's because I can't walk away from anyone with a stitch on it. Yeah. A 9-9. So what was Adam? Did I miss all the good chat in there? Let's see. Adam, yeah, buddy, I've been educated and pressed like when they stick the Game of Thrones in space, it's going to need some funky sword handles. Yeah, baby, we'll do that. Larry says I picked up some airbrush paint reducer along with pearlized green paint to paint the backer to my deer picks and had to get a set of chisels to do housework. Oh, good, Larry. Busy today, huh? Let's see. That would be lightsaber. Adam, do the numbers in your handle after your name anything to do just signed by YouTube? Having trouble getting my name changed on YouTube. They changed not me. Oh, my goodness. I think you could change that back, Larry. I'm back. Had to hand off the puppy I boarded for a month because he's flying out in the morning to his new family. Very exciting. It's oldie, worldly, but GRR is one of yours. GRR. I don't know what that is. The numbers. Yeah, just my date of birth. And I could think of when YouTube asked 9988. Well, we know how old you are today. Let's see. This one is my second from along the shore, and it's because I can't walk away. Stitch on it. Yes. Denise had a feeling, Adam. She's also a 9-9. Carrie's a 9-11. Yep. Yeah. A lot of September birthdays. Oh my gosh. I don't remember. Barely remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. including me. Oh, yeah, that's right. Joe's a September too. Bunch of Virgos in here. Probably doesn't help that I fell. Oh, no, April. Trying not to step on Rooster, one of your cats. Oh, are you all right? You didn't knock yourself out, did you? Got a gnarly lump on my head, bruised my backside, and made my back extremely angry. Many swear words were yelled. Ouch. That is no fun. I hope you heal quickly. Yeah, April's coming quick. We're going to have to wish her an happy birthday. Lawrence, lightsabers could be better handles. Just saying, maybe the algorithm's sitting here due to birthdays. Could be. This is really interesting. However, I have to tap out soon. Soccer tomorrow. I understand. We're glad you're here, Adam. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mia's September 14th. No, it's a UK Adam, but not the UK Adam you know. It's not Angel Lee Rose's boyfriend. It's another Adam. Just happened to pop in here from the algorithm spend. The algorithm spun him into the universe, into our group tonight. We're glad he's here. He's learned a bit. People are talking to him and educating him about what we do and all that fun stuff. It's the best group on the internet. They're just a bunch of fun. But Joe's a Libra. Oh. Oh. I guess that's good too. I'm a Gemini and I never knew what that meant. Yeah, April, that does not sound fun. This one's going to look like, April, when you go to those fancy dinners and they have the napkin there and it has that little napkin ring on it, that's what this one's going to look like. It's going to be the Stitch napkin ring. That's our new turn. It's a napkin ring turn. Like a jewel, only flatter. And this was a turn from necessity. Ooh, feeling good. I think we got rid of all the rough edges. Cancer here. I'm a Gemini. Yeah, July 15th. Joe's a Libra, 9/26. Still September, though, and that's what matters if you ask Carrie and Denise and Adam and all that good stuff. What's that, babe? I can't even hear you. I'm over here by running equipment. What'd you say? Absolutely. She's still in September. That's what matters. I'm a Gemini. It just means there's two of me, or I'm twice as good. I'm not sure what that means. Carrie says that's not good. I got to tell you, April, this is going to be a stunner. I can tell right now, even though it started out as a really rough blank. This is going to be a stunner. Carrie's saying something about she kept buying pens and something. Oh, I couldn't hear. I'm standing by the running machine and I can't really hear too well.
I said April bought the little box to put together and a pen, and then so I stuck that in there.
Oh yeah.
The first ebonite, and then she got two more ebonite, another ebonite, and then a stitch pen. So she kept buying, and I kept throwing it in the same bag.
April's too nice to us. Keeping us stepping. Carrie was just admiring your green ebonite pen walking by. Yep, Carrie's got one too. Yep. And I think that April's is number 4, right? Number 4 ebonite pen. Jess has got number 1. Number 1 and 5. Carrie's got 1 and 2. Carrie's got 1, 3, and 6. Jess has number 3. April's got number 4, which we just turned, that green one. And I'm going to lose track after that. Today is Pebbles' 6th birthday. Happy birthday, Pebbles. What'd you get her, Cindy? Yeah. Remember that guy was talking, Richard was talking about Pebbles? It's the cat. Carrie said, I thought I saw a putty tat. I did. Carrie's being so funny over there tonight. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies too if they have money. And come get a pen as well. Enemy, as long as they got money, they can have a pen. April's is 5. Oh, number 5. I thought you had number 4. Number 5? I can't keep track already. I guess this is the space pen, but it really does look like, Carrie, look at this. It looks like a napkin ring when you go to a fancy dinner that they put the pen on, or the napkin on, or the napkin through. That's actually pretty cool. I like that turn right there. The napkin ring. Oh my goodness. We're just full of it. See you around, Mia. Have a good night. We're just about out of here anyway in a few minutes. You can watch the replay on this and see how cool it looks. Cool thing is we salvaged it and we didn't cut into the stitches, and we got the stitch in the middle all suspended nicely. He's right in the napkin ring there. All right. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to go lightly buff this. Kevin will do a better job tomorrow. We want to see this on the screen. What's that? They do what? Oh. We just want to see the cute little stitches. All right, there we go. That's pretty good there. Kevin will do a better job in the morning. Well, hers won't be done tonight. Look at that little stitching. You can see that. Look at the swirls of the resin inside there. You can see how shiny this is. Those little swirls are like, the light is reflecting off the swirls of the resin inside. Look at that. That's cool. But there's Stitch stuck in the middle. And we just missed him. Look at that. Just the right size. Christina James was on. She may still be here. Little pink stitches, little pearl hearts, glitter. Why is the ear notched like that? Does Stitch have little notched ears like that? Ah. Oh, yeah, that one too. That's stitched. Yeah, these are angels. And they're three-dimensional. And that stitch is actually clear. Look at that. The stitch is clear and the backing is blue.
Oh, cool.
Little highlights on it. That's pretty nifty. I like how they design that like that. That one's just plain old thick right there. That's very cool. Very cool. The pink alien is Angel. Look at the stuff I learn on this channel. My goodness. All right. See you later, Adam. Have a good night, buddy. That is very cute. That is very cute. All right. Let me pull this camera back to HD. Pop it back over to there. All right. We are back over on this one now. And there it is, the real size. Well, that's about as wide as my glasses. Crazy. I'm going to pick his nose. No, I'm not. I did that 50 years ago. I'm not doing it now. Anyway, April says, hi, Kev. Anyway, you guys have a good evening tonight. We'll be back at 9 a.m. Central Time. Yep, Christina James is still here.
I just boxed up your pens and they will be picked up tomorrow morning, noon, whenever mail comes. So they're on their way to you now, your last batch. So you're all good.
Joe says, hey, Kev. Ann says, hey, Kev, you got like fan club out there.
Oh, they are.
What's up with that? That's pretty cool. Anyway, you guys have a good evening. We're going to cut it off here. We'll be back at 9 a.m. in the morning. Go live. Just turn more pens like we're doing now. We'll finish up April's next Ebonite one. And then we will continue on with some other orders and stuff and having a good time.
Hey, wait, before you go.
Before we go.
So I was working with Sparkling Nana. She is finishing up a bunch of trays and a bunch of stuff.
The Queen.
The Queen. For a day. So the first 3 are on their way, and that includes Carol Racine, but I don't think she's on here. Raccoon Eyes.
I have not seen Carol.
Raccoon Eyes and April. So you're in your trays, they're individual trays. And then she was finishing up Trudy's bundle and Joe working towards Joe's bundle. So she thinks by Monday they'll all be out. So I'm going to print her the labels before I leave tomorrow night, and then she will just go. So they're on their way.
And there it is, the napkin ring turn.
Oh, that does look like it.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? I like it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Yay, Trudy. Yep.
See you around.
It's going to be gorgeous. Be sure. Wait, no.
No. There's
So-
Kevin's piglet.
Ladies, be sure you post about your Sparkling Nana trays in her group and also in our Kettner group, because that will just whet more people's appetite to get them, because they're only good till April 30th. So you don't want to miss out on this once in a lifetime gorgeous pen.
Once
Gorgeous
in a
tray.
lifetime,
It's
never
gorgeous.
again.
It's gorgeous. I'm telling you, I've been
All right.
using it all week.
Everybody have a good night. See you soon. Everybody wave goodbye.